I just want to say, Scoot, we met at Godless a couple of years ago.
Absolutely.
And yes, and Luis, we just met at Half Brothers. How are you?
True. True. Good to see you. Good to see you again.
Oh my gosh, it is so good to see you both. All right, we get to talk Narcos Mexico. This will be exciting because I'll tell you why. It's been described, and I don't need to tell you both, described, and I'm reading this as chaos runs supreme. Is that a fair way? Scoot, I'm going to start with you. Is that a fair way to describe season 3?
I think it's a little bit more in depth than that. I feel like that's sort of a blanket or overall maybe interpretation, I guess, of the season. I feel like for me personally, it dives a lot more into the individual characters' struggles, and although this season is, it has its normal Narcos sort of entertainment in it, it also touches on the personal things that the characters are going through and the struggles and their morals and whatnot. That it's a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit more heady or a little bit more deeper than that.
All right, I'll take that, Luis. And I'm glad that you brought that up about the characters because each of you, and I'm not giving anything away. Okay, anybody watching this right now, or everybody that's watching this right now, there will be no spoilers in this interview. But I will say you both are in law enforcement. Okay. But different ways and different perspectives. So, Luis, what drives Victor? Yes, he's a police officer, but I want to know what drives your character.
I think trying to understand what's happening, like integrity, like asking himself, what is integrity? What is right and what is wrong? I think he's a cop who's trying to do the right thing, but the universe where he lives is completely corrupted and gray. And he's trying to understand what's happening. We all do. Like in Mexico, we are still dealing with this femicide issue, which is, for me, the biggest problem we have in Mexico right now. Like every day, 10 women get killed in Mexico, and that started in the 90s in Ciudad Juarez. So it's a really, really complex, painful universe to portray, but I think it's also very necessary to put it out there.
It's funny because I was born in El Paso. My family is from El Paso, originally Chihuahua. So I've been to Juarez many times. So as I watch this, I'm like, I know exactly what you're talking about because, of course, spent many years there. Scoot, I want to get the perspective of Walt, again, also in law enforcement. And I want to know about the drive for your particular character. Your thoughts?
I think, it's a continuous drive from his character last season, is that he's really searching for this win. But at the same time, he's struggling for some sort of normalcy in regards to like having a personal relationship, and really, you get to see this character really want to have a relationship or be connected to somebody else, to someone else. And you watch him really wrestle and struggle with that, his relationship to work and his relationships at home, and how he really struggles with those things of trying to, you can't really have them both. And he's sort of caught between the two of them of picking like, what does Walt want? What does Walt need? And you get to watch him sort of go through that.
What I hear from both of you guys is buckle up, get ready for Narcos Mexico. Am I right when I say that?
It's full on.
Yes.
It's full on, Dave.
Buckle up. And by the way, Scoot, I still have the radio voice. You pointed that out when we met at Godless. You're like, dude, listen to that guy's voice. And I play that whenever I have low self-esteem. I play our interview from many years ago for that. Hey, love you both. Luis, great to see you again, my friend. Scoot, you as well. Stay safe. And next time, let's do this in person, okay?
Awesome.
Gracias, Dave.
And
hello, Carlo. Hello, Jose. Great to meet you both.
Hey, Dave.
So I have to tell you right off the top, I was born in El Paso. That's where my family's from. Ciudad Juarez, right over the border. We used to go there all the time as a kid. So as I see, and I'm not giving anything away in this interview today, but you all brought back a lot of memories. Not the stuff that was going on cartel style, narco style, but looking at El Paso and Juarez, it just took me. I watched this with my mom, and we were both looking at each other. Oh, okay, great.
I was able to take the writers, and I went to El Paso when we were doing our sort of research phase before we started writing. We went to El Paso and were sort of shown around by a DEA agent who was the head of the office there in the 90s. And it was terrific. We had a great time. It was super helpful. And one of our writers who's actually grew up in El Paso. So yeah, no, El Paso is a super important part of the season.
My cousin just retired. She was a state judge in El Paso. She may have known the agent. Who knows?
Probably.
I heard so many stories at Thanksgiving and Christmas family gets together. I'm like, it's crazy. So now that actually leads me to Narcos. Right now we can talk about that. Carlo, I will start with you. What is the captivating part about a series like this? Is it the fact that it's based, on true events? Is it the storyline? Is it the crime? Tell me, what do you think captivates this audiences most?
I think that people like stories about outlaws. I think we're always drawn to stories about, people that sort of play by their own rules, even if there are things about how they go about it that we don't approve of. I think we're drawn to those stories. And I think the fact that the show, uses real life events as an inspiration and kind of serves to pull back the curtain a little bit on the drug trade. I think that also is part of the appeal for people, is they feel a sense of being able to sort of see how things, really work.
Jose, you're getting a big question. I want to know what people watching this right now, how should we get ready for season 3, which has been described as chaos? I mean, there's so much going on right now. I want to know what's going on with Amado, your character. Tell me what we need to know to get ready for season 3.
Okay, first of all, get a lot of popcorn, okay?
Okay.
Because you're going to binge watch this. You're going to see Amado start off as a middle, like a middle drug dealer, trying to make his way to the top. And at the same time, you're going to see Amado have like an existential crisis, which will be very interesting, hopefully, for the audience, because they will see this real life person going through 2 completely different paths during the whole season.
All right. Who can tell me a good Bad Bunny story? He's making his acting debut. First of all, how would you grade him as an actor, Carlo?
I mean, I'm smart enough to give him a 10 out of 10. I'm not, but he really was. It's funny because he hadn't acted before, and I knew that he was a natural performer, but I didn't know, how he would handle. It's a different thing, obviously, and he took to it really well, and it was super, conscientious and really professional, and he did great. It was we had moments where we asked him to ad lib, and he was great at that. And yeah, he sort of just really took to it, and everybody on the cast and crew really enjoyed working with him.
I'm a fan, and I'm so proud that he's part of this. Love his music. This is just so exciting. Jose, you can close it. Tell me, do you have a Bad Bunny story from Narcos?
Unfortunately, he's a part of the rival family, so we didn't have one single day of work together. But I watched the whole show, and I really enjoyed him. He's very loose, and he's committed, and he's very charismatic. So I can only say great things about him. And whenever he wants to keep acting and have an acting career, it'll come easy for him.
I was just curious because maybe, when Post Malone did his first acting thing, he showed up and took selfies with everybody. And it was funny to see a singer go into the acting world. They did the wide eyes and all that. So there you go. Listen, guys, fantastic work. I've seen a couple of the episodes that they sent to us, that we were able to watch. And I'm just so engaged, and the adrenaline is so pumped for this one. I'm really, really excited to finish this. Good work, guys. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Dave. Hope you enjoy it.
Woo! Hello, ladies. Good to see you both today.
Hey, Dave.
Hey! All right. All right. So you know what? Then I'm going to tell you something that you're going to laugh about. My family is from El Paso, Texas. That's where I was born. So when I see this season 3 in El Paso and Ciudad Juarez, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay. I'm like, all right. I've been there many, many times, and not doing anything, of course. That
Please, none of my business. Please,
exactly. I know people watching right now. Look, I was just born there. Did nothing else. All right, Mayra, I want to start with you. As I watch this, the adrenaline, the drama, the action, the suspense, and that's just me watching. You're actually in it. How different of an acting experience was this for you than anything else you've done?
Everything, all of it, because I I have done a lot of characters, but with a lot of drama. You know, it was like, I mean, this is a drama also, but a different kind of drama. And my character is very different. It's not a, yeah, he's a very strong woman, and my other characters were like more like sensitive, and you know, your dog.
No.
Hola, Larita, ¿por qué?
Oh my gosh. No, I love it. I love it.
No, leave her. Leave her. You know?
No, she has to
Why?
stay. No, she has to stay.
Yeah,
Luisa.
she needs to stay.
Oh, my
Aw.
dog, my little guy is downstairs right now. Sometimes I put him in interviews too. His name is Liam. Oh, Luisa, that was so awesome. All right, so Luisa, let me ask you the same question. You know, how different of an acting experience was this for you to be a part of Narcos Mexico than anything else you've done?
Well, this is by far the most mature character I've ever done in my career, you know, and I had to find, I had to grow up, you know, it kind of like took me time to realize that because, you know, 4 years ago, I worked in Spain. I lived there for a year. I did a show that was very important with important Spanish actors out there. And, you know, if I have to compare my character there with this one, you know, it's just, I was playing a kid, you know, in that one. And I had to grow up 4 years and get lots of experience and you know, to get there and to get where I am now and to be able to play in there, which is not an easy character, but still, you know, it was kind of like easy for me because I find so many similarities between Andrea and me. So, you know, it's just great. But yeah, maturity, you really need it, right?
Oh, and you know, it's scary too. I mean, the fact that this is based on, you know, true events, true people, I think also adds to that. So Mayra, let me ask you this. What is it that captivates people about this particular series? What is it? What is the draw? Is it the fact that this is a crime? You know, there's outlaws. Yeah. Or tell me, what do you think is what draws people into something like this?
Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of things. I think that it's a great show because of all the people that is behind, because they take the time to make it this way. They're not rushing anything, you know, that like if we have to take 1 year for producing it, we will take that year for producing it, like writing it, like think about it, how we want to show it, how we want to produce it, and who's the people that we want in the cast. And they trust in us to make that characters. And then that's something very magical, but because when you know that someone is trusting in you for making a character, that maybe you're not famous and you're not blah, 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 and you have that character in your hands, you give more love to that character, you know, it's like, we're going to do it together and it's going to be okay. And another thing is that I really believe that when this is so violent, I mean, all the Narcos life and all what's going on this drug war is very hard to really believe it. Like, you know that someone killed someone else, but you cannot believe it. And then there's a show that can gives you this opportunity to know this world that you cannot be inside that world. So
well, it certainly brings you in. It's something else to watch. It's so next level, and season 3 definitely has that intensity. Thank you both for your time today. I'm glad I got to see your doggy. That was so cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was
But
so
Mom would
cool.
say, nope,
no,
you're not in the
Luisa,
dog. I
that was
mean,
great.
yeah, she's beautiful and she's so sweet. And she was sleeping there in my feet, and then she just looked at me and said, like, okay, it's a good time to jump, you know, like, hey.
Why not? Hey,
Why
thanks
not?
again for your time. You both be safe.
you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
again.
much.
Great work. Thank
See
you.
you. Bye.